so there are different stages in the business development project which we have to undergo. So first comes the proposal part, and there are different dates to it. The first is the proposal part, then is the data collection, then comes the midterm submission, and then there is final submission, and then there is viva. So there are basically five things we have to do in this. So the first thing in this project you have to do is you have to approach a company, and you have to basically ask the company regarding his data for a business problem. So I guess everybody would have gone through the business data management course by ITM, and in this, after week 4, there are 4 test cases, basically manufacturing, e-commerce, fintech, and HR. So they have given us 4 test cases, and similar to this, or you can go for similar cases as well. You have to find companies regarding means a particular company, and you have to ask this company for its data. You have to, and it's on your caliber, basically how you approach your company, and how you how basically you are able to make the company able to give you data, because it's not easy to get data from a company.
Hey, Subham. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was little confused that can I take data from a company which is not physical? I mean, it doesn't have a physical office or something. It's online based software company. So can I ask?
Yeah, Akash, you can go for that company, but the main criteria is the data so the data of that company should not be public. So I first refer to the main details which we have to do. So here is the main thing which we have to do in the business project proposal, and the first point is the most important point, and half of I guess many students have done these mistakes in earlier terms. So here they have mentioned you have to do primary data. Primary data refers to any data which is not available on internet. So you must have heard of many sites like Kaggle, GitHub, and there are many other sites like Open Data, Word.org is also there. Then in India there is data.gov.in as well. So here in those sites you can get data very easy, but we can't use that data. So you basically what ITM wants is we approach a company, ask for its data, analyze that data, and basically give insights according to the business problem.
What if someone does take data from online? I mean, how they would know?
It would be evaluated now. So they have softwares to check whether the data collected is from offline or online, because from internet so on internet also there are many different softwares available to check, and they have also in the I guess.
Can you share what type of data you collected?
So I haven't collected the data yet because I have my project has not been approved yet. Basically, I don't know whether my project is approved or not. It's in the evaluation
But
process.
can you show your project proposal? What type
Okay.
of business are you
So actually, I
have you
can't show
taken?
mine because I have signed an agreement with the company.
Okay, I got it. But can you like tell us a little
I
bit
can
this thing how
tell
like
about my problem. Yeah. So so the problem which I have taken is a fintech problem. So basically, in my problem, basically it's related to sales and revenue, but of a different aspect, not related to the common sales and revenue which we do in our day-to-day basis. So basically, it's a sustainable development company which I'm working right now.
Just 1 minute, Shubham.
Yeah.
Aviral, is there any question?
Shivam, good evening, Mohit.
Yeah, good evening.
I have a doubt regarding the project. Do you know, guys, can we collect the data of a hospital?
Uh, uh,
Let me clear the data wala part. So basically, what IITM wants from us is like we have to collect data, like primary
yeah.
data, secondary, not tertiary. Like we have to go somewhere. It could be anywhere, and the data which we are collecting, on that we have to solve a business problem basically. So हम data कहीं से भी ले सकते हैं. Either it could be a पान वाला, it could be a सब्जी वाला,
Yeah.
और दुकान, मॉल, हॉस्पिटल, कुछ भी हो सकता है वो. बट द मेन पार्ट इज जो डेटा हम ले रहे हैं तो उससे एक बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम हम सॉल्व करके उन्हें देंगे. एज द कोर्स सजेस्ट,
Yeah.
नहीं, पर अभी मैंने जितने लोगों को अप्रोच किया ना, वो क्या बोलते हैं, हमारे बिजनेस में हम ऐसा प्रॉब्लम नहीं बता सकते व्हाट प्रॉब्लम they are facing. So
actually that the constraint, because हम तो कुछ भी डेटा ले सकते हैं, कहीं से भी ले सकते हैं, बट फिर हमें क्वेश्चन
प्रॉब्लम नहीं बता रहा है.
Guys, go one by one actually, then it will
so
be like
if the other person is so I approached a grocery store and he said that he doesn't know if there is any problem, like he can't share the problem. Then in that case, what should my problem statement be?
So Ayesh, continue. Mohit continue.
Okay, so like अगर आप जा रहे हो और आपको उनसे बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम नहीं मिल रहा है जिनके पास से आप डेटा ले रहे हो, तो व्हाट यू कैन डू, आप खुद से एक प्रॉब्लम वहां पे बता सकते हो, जनरेट कर सकते हो. लाइक आपको उस प्रॉब्लम पे सॉल्व करना है वो प्रॉब्लम को. लाइक कुछ भी हो सकता है, लाइक उसके रेवेन्यू को मैक्सिमाइज करना, उसके किसी भी लाइक वो क्या स्टोर करे इस महीने ताकि अगले महीने उसको ज्यादा उससे प्रॉफिट आए, क्या ना ले इस महीने के अकॉर्डिंग, सीजनल जो भी होते हैं. तो ग्रोसरी वाले के पास से तो यही हम कर सकते हैं बेसिकली. तो इट डिपेंड्स कि आप डेटा कहाँ से ले रहे हो.
मोहित,
अच्छा,
इट विल बी गुड इफ यू गो अहेड विद इंग्लिश.
ओके.
एक जो क्वेश्चन था कि how do you tools that you will use to solve the problem, what did you include, Shubham?
So it depends on your problem basically, Ayesh. So in my case, since
मतलब वो 400 words में लिखना है तो
मतलब so 400 words, I think the 400 words which they had mentioned, it's the max or the min, I don't guess, because I didn't see the word limit. I just wrote everything I knew. So I wrote basically about the first, the most important part is MS Excel. And in MS Excel, what you will do, you can write that. So what charts you will be using. In the before the analysis part, there was a section about data collection as well, if you had seen. So you can tell about how you use that data to analyze, basically how you use the tools to analyze the data collection part which you had mentioned in the above section.
So you have added all those in the proposal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I have one more doubt. Should the data collected be in numbers? Like, should it be necessarily quantitative? Like, we can get a lot of data by talking to the shop owner, right?
You can do one thing. If you are going with if you are going for a problem with a shopkeeper, and if he does not have any data, you can go every day, collect data for each day. And IITM wants a minimum data for 30 days, I guess, because the minimum 30 days in order to analyze trends, you should have data for a minimum of 30 days.
Yeah, okay, Shiva. Also, one more thing, can you the tools part of the proposal.
Yeah.
I get a basic understanding of what we're supposed to do, but if you could tell us some examples of tools that we can use, like
Yeah, so
can bar
basically
chart be considered as a tool?
yeah. So bar chart, then there is different, yeah, column chart is also there. So all those things which after analyzing your data you think you can mention in the analysis part.
Okay.
What
Is
are
there
the
some other tools that we can that we should know about? Could be
So if you
helpful.
are MS Excel is the basic one. So but if you want advanced tools, like then there is then there is Microsoft Power BI. There is also one from, I guess, Google is also there one. I don't remember. Microsoft Power BI is also there, which is used for advanced data analysis. It's used by basically data consultant companies use Power BI.
Okay, Shubham, thanks.
So I wanted to ask, can you use these Python libraries like pandas, numpy,
Yeah,
and
you can use.
matplotlib,
Yeah, you
seaborn?
can use. You can use that for data visualization. Python you can use for data visualization. Then for if you are using Python for data cleaning, you can mention that too in your analysis part and in the data collection part as well.
Okay, great, thank you.
There's one more question that the next proposal deadline is in September, right? Hello.
10
Yeah,
September, 10
yeah,
September.
10
Uh,
September.
10th of September, and you said the minimum data required it should be like around 30 days.
Yeah.
So if I start collecting data from now, I don't think I will be able to collect at least 30 days of data till the deadline of the proposal,
Akash,
right?
don't try to go for just one shop. Go for multiple shops, and from where you fetch data a year, go for that problem. Because if you try to go with one problem, with basically one shop, if you target one shop, na, then it would be very difficult for you. Because if at the in the last time they denied giving you data, then it would be a very problematic situation for you.
Okay.
So I would recommend to go for multiple vendors for
Mhm.
multiple business problems, and where you can fetch data easily, go with that.
Dinesh, is there anything, Dinesh?
Yes, Subham. Actually, I want to collect the data from the dairy where we, and that means sell the milk of cows and buffaloes. Can we collect their data?
Yeah,
Do you
you
know
can.
dairy?
Yeah, I know they. Dinesh. Yeah,
So
you
I
can go
think
for
this is
that.
the
I think
very
you can go for that because they have mentioned. Just a second. So in the
actually there is a
in the
lots of
first,
the attribute we can.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm saying
Sorry.
in they have mentioned what kind of businesses you can go. You can go for any organized and unorganized sector, with examples like manufacturing, automobile, IT, supermarket, laundry, vendors, vegetables. So I guess they will also be included in that too. And if anyone you have any doubt regarding business problem, so what you can do is on the discourse you can mention, you can write a you can make a post regarding a query and tag the BDM capstone project course team, and they reply back to you.
Okay. Thank you, Subham.
Yeah,
I think we should
yeah,
go
you
with
should share,
we
and
should
then we'll
with
go
the
one by
first part. Yeah.
So here is the timeline,
Yeah,
guys,
here is
for
the
this
timeline.
midterm. So you can refer to this page for timeline where we have to send the proposal, then there will when they will be like accepting or rejecting our proposal, then the midterm proposal and all. So here is the timetable for that, timeline for that. Hold on, Shubham.
So here comes
So
the
yeah,
first
here
part.
is the project proposal part. So it is the first part of this. So it should be here written that 4 to 5 pages long. Proposal must be 4 to 5 pages long, and then it will be evaluated to 100 mark. And for calculation of the whole mark of the project, it will be scaled down to 20. So we have to score at least 50% in the proposal part. At least 2 objective problem must be defined in the so the data we are taking on that, we have to at least project or propose 2 problems to the team, to the IITM basically. So like I have approached a startup cab startup service in my area, where they are providing cab service like Ola, Uber and all. But due to some technical issue, they didn't provide me data for then, but we'll try to get the data from them now. So what the problem should be, they don't know the problem, but I know the problem. Like when we book a cab, after some time they sent a message to us like the cab is not available, or we have not the service in that area, and so on. So like we will I will try to solve that problem on that data. Similarly, if you go to a mall and you are collecting data from there, so you can try to solve the problem like what material they bought for this season, so that their revenue will be much higher and all. What inventory do they protect, so that for the next month they have a higher revenue and all. So it all depends on your data. And the data part, I already told that data could be anything, but it should be primary, not secondary, not tertiary. Primary data, it could be anything, but it should solve a business problem like where it is related to money problem. That's it. So so here is the proposal part. So it is clearly mentioned what we have to write, like executive summary and title. So on the first line it is written, does the proposal discuss a business problem? So if the answer of question number 1 is no, like it is not a business problem, then you have to go like this. Or if it is a business problem, then there is a table given below to this table. Can you scroll down, Shubham?
This is the main table, na, for the evaluation part.
Yeah.
So which table are you referring?
So if your problem is not a business problem, then they're going to reject that proposal. No, this table only. So
What
on
kind
the
of problem?
proposal part, you have to do this much thing. Yeah.
I'm saying that what kind of problem is not a business problem? Hello, can you hear me?
Business problem is basically that will like आप डेटा कहीं से ले रहे हो, जैसे मैंने कैब का डेटा लिया, तो अगर उस कैब का कुछ बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं, उनका बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम क्या होगा कि जो ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों तक रीच उनका पहुंचे, ज्यादा से ज्यादा उनकी बुकिंग्स आए. अगर वैसा कुछ प्रॉब्लम मैं नहीं सॉल्व कर पा रहा, मैं कुछ और ही सॉल्व करने में लगा हुआ हूं, तो लाइक वो कितने लोग कम करें ताकि उनका प्रोडक्टिविटी ज्यादा बढ़े, ऐसा कुछ, मतलब कुछ भी जो उनको बिजनेस को प्रॉफिटेबल बनाए, तो वो बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम है. मतलब रिलेटेड टू बिजनेस होना चाहिए जो भी आप डेटा ले रहे हो. सिंपल एज दैट.
There must be business associated with it. So a social problem is not a business problem.
आप ऐसे कुछ सोशल ज्योग्राफिकल एंड ऑल वहां पे सॉल्व नहीं कर रहे होगे, आप वहां पे बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करोगे. दैट्स इट, सिंपल. तो समरी होना चाहिए. समरी एंड टाइटल इन 200 वर्ड्स एंड द वेटेज इन 100 इज 15. सो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बैकग्राउंड, सो जहां से आप डेटा ले रहे हो, फ्रॉम द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वेयर you are taking the data, it should be, you have written it about in 150 words. Then problem statement, like what you are going to solve, the business problem, that should be in 50 to 75 words. That your objective, and objective must be 2 as mentioned above. Background of the problem, like the problem you are solving, what is the background of that problem, like what is the problem there, So background about that problem and what approach you are going to solve that problem. Like if I'm solving a cab service problem, so what approach I'll be taking? Like I'll be collecting data, then what should I be doing on that data using Excel or any other thing to solve that data? Then here are the three sub part of this problem solving approach, and it is the major chunk of weightage 45%. Then the expected timeline and the expected outcome, like by the time you are going to solve, and the what will be the outcome of that problem solving that you are going to do. On basis of that, there is 10 marks as well. So yeah,
So
this is the project proposal part.
Okay, do we have
And
to
when you
follow
submit
this
your
word
project,
limit? What is this? Is it minimum or maximum?
so I guess it's minimum. I guess it's minimum.
it's minimum maximum. You can just imagine that you are going to write that in 200 words, 10 to 20, either minus plus. It doesn't matter much because they are
So
also human.
basically, executive summary and title. So executive summary, first I should tell you, it's the overall overview. It's basically the summary of your business problem. So everything which you have written from point number 4 to point number 9, everything should sum up in the executive summary. And in the title, you have to give a title to your business problem. And then keep in mind regarding the formatting part, because if you won't format the things, you use marks. So there is a proper formatting. So so the main question everyone has when they start business problem, बनानी कहाँ पे है, वर्ड पे बनानी है, पीपीटी बनानी है? तो दोनों बना सकते हो, बट मोस्टली सब वर्ड फाइल बनाते हैं, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. बट पेज जो पेज का जो पेज लिमिट मेंशन है, उसके विद इन होना चाहिए सब कुछ. कि इसमें आई गेस 4 to 5 पेजेस लिखा है, तो आप पीपीटी बना रहे हो तो पीपीटी में 5 पेज से ज़्यादा नहीं जाना चाहिए. और सेम गोज फॉर द वर्ड फाइल. So basically, I made a word business. I made a business program on MS Word. So, but you can go for MS PowerPoint for PPT as well. And then and keep in mind regarding the grammatical mistakes and the indices, everything. And the most important part is the spacing. So there is a on the discourse they mentioned everything regarding the formatting and spacing part. I think it's someone had shared it on the group as well. So go through that as well because ITM wants everything perfect. So any questions?
Hi, can you share
Yeah, and yeah, I had a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we put more than one problem statement?
Yeah, no. So no. So you can have more than one problem. You can have more than one sub problems within a single problem. So suppose if you are solving, suppose for example, if you are solving, suppose fleet management issue in a railway company. So under that you can solve multiple problems. So that you can write, but it should come within your main problem.
Okay.
So that's why they mentioned you have to give two objectives.
Hey Shubham, can you please share the WhatsApp link of that BDM project group?
Yeah, I share that after this meet.
Sure, sure. Thanks.
I hope we have tried to cater all your doubts and also got to learn many things in the project part.
So after everything is done, I show you a reference which I had got.
Oh, so yeah. Okay, so for the this submission that we will do, we will only put the problems, and I think yeah, only the problems, right? And for midterm submission, it's something else, right?
Yeah.
What is the difference between these two submissions?
So in the midterm submission, I guess you have to show that you have to give them the data. You ha- you have to show them the data basically. So here comes the midterm submission. In the midterm submission, you have to provide evidences of your data, how you collected the data from so in proof you can give any photograph data from the organization with whom you are working and the data link which you are working. Then comes the descriptive statistics part, so the analysis part basically, and then you have to explain in the detailed explanation of the analysis part how did you analyze that and why did you do that, and then you have to mention the results. uh,
Hmm.
And yeah, this is
So
the main criteria. So I think someone was asking how do they check. So from software, if your business if your business problem matched with any other's business problem uh, for more than 20%, I think they reject a proposal.
Okay.
So I think we should. Yeah, so this is the first part, the project proposal. So now second was the midterm submission, which you have to do after your proposal has been accepted. So here is the main thing. Uh, so is this visible? For your project.
yeah,
So here comes the main part. So here you submit the proposal. If your proposal is accepted, you can collect the data. And if after collecting the data, you can go for the midterm submission. But if your proposal has been rejected, then you have to again work on the proposal. Then in the next month date, you have to again submit.
oh, so for now, I don't have to collect the data, right? I mean, I can
I
just
think
create.
it's better if you collect if you get the data, because uh, then in the last time you will get, I think, only 10 to 15 days to collect data, and then after that you have to analyze it also. So uh, it would become a burden for you to and it will build a lot of pressure as well.
Okay.
So it's better
Shubham,
to
I have
collect data early. The more uh, the more easy and the more uh, uh, fast you get your data, it's better. And yeah, one more thing, when you collect your data, most of the data would be unstructured. So you have
Yeah,
to
exactly.
clean your data regarding the business problem and make it structured. So do remember this part.
I wanted to ask something.
Go ahead.
So if sorry,
Go ahead.
yeah. So if, for example, I've gotten the data also, and I've found a problem also, everything is done. So now when it's the the presenting time, what do we like? How, like, we just explain them theoretically that this is the problem that I'm facing and this is how we overcome it, or do we also have to do the calculation key
You have to show
if
them.
we do this?
So in the analysis part, so if you see last terms feedback reports and the videos, uh, so uh, all the, I think, industry experts had this feedback. Then that the students had shared the results, but they hadn't given any calculation of how these results will help them. So
Implemented, high
yeah, so
implementation of the
basically what they
solution.
wanted, industry experts wanted, before how was the data doing, so and after I do this thing, how would my means how would the company improve in whatever aspect. So suppose if I'm doing sales and revenue data, so now after I implemented a new idea from after my business project, how did my revenue change?
Right, right.
So
So
it's
that's all that we have to do, right? Like a problem and
yeah.
solution, nothing more than that, no?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Just we only have to do the problem and the solution and the implementation of that. Nothing more than that, right?
Uh, Everything mentioned in the Ubix you have to do.
Oh, okay, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you.
Shivam, I have a question regarding the definition of the organization. So, is it very specific, or we can also go for something? Like I understood that retail shops can come under it, even a LLP can come. What about societies?
Societies, can you please specify?
Like building society. That way, would that also come under the definition of an organization?
So building society, from building society you refer to real estate business?
Not real estate business, more of the buildings have maintenance, right? So
if there is a company who does the building and maintenance business, then you can
that we can take. Okay.
Yeah, you can take that.
Okay. But otherwise, so there is no restriction in the organization definition such.
No.
Right?
There is no any restriction in the organization definition. You can go for any sector, organized or unorganized, and I would recommend to, as soon as you, if you think that I may get the data from this company, write a post on Discourse and means take a confirmation from the team. So you will
Right.
be,
Okay.
so it would be better for you.
Okay. Understood. Thanks.
Anything else, guys?
No, I think for me it's okay. But so, I'm a little curious that is it possible to get some kind of demo proposals from somewhere, which is not this thing.
You can mail them, Akash, support.iatm.degree, and they'll send you the demo.
I think they send, I guess, and
or you can post it on Discourse as well.
Yeah, someone will share, I think.
Oh, in the group?
No, in the Discourse group. Yeah, in the Discourse group.
There is a YouTube session as well, 2-3 YouTube session where they have shown the demo, like exact proposal and all of the last batches. So you can refer to that as well.
In the BDM project group also, there are many who have already finished their projects and they are currently pursuing. So you can ask someone, and I guess someone from them will share.
Okay. Yeah, got it.
Is there anything else, guys?
I have a doubt that the registration fees we have to pay it after our proposal is accepted, right?
Yeah, after midterm submission. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And what if our proposal is not accepted in this September term? So what will happen?
Then you can start again in December.
So do I have to repeat the whole BDM course or just the project?
No, just the BDM project, not BDM course.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, the fees charge will be 2.5K only, right?
Yeah.
So we can do the project in another term as well. Like if the May term has gotten over, can I do it in like
you can do it in any term.
Okay, I thought it has to be completed only in the respective term.
After this term, you have to again register for the BDM course.
Okay, I'll have to register.
You have to register.
Actually,
again, the registration fee I'll have to pay 6,000 and all.
No, I guess there won't be a much higher fee. Only 2,500 will be the course fee, but I think you will have to register first,
Acha,
and
okay,
after,
okay. But ठीक है, now there are 2
yeah,
months
yeah,
left yet, so we'll try to
yeah.
complete there.
Actually, before the previous batch, what was the scene like? The BDM in BDM course, there is this project is there, so we have to complete this project along with the BDM course, and there is no extra charge or no extra credit for this project. But from this term, what they have done is they have like exclude this project from the course, and they are charging 2500 extra and giving us 2 credits in the like BS course. So the project refers to 2 credits, and it is asked for 2500 for doing that project, and you can do it in any term.
And when we registered for BDM in this the term, we I mean already registered for the project as well, right?
No, 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 no. It's both are like different.
Okay.
Course is different, project is different. Yeah.
So in order to from the GI term, they have divided both the courses, so to provide so that they can emphasize more on the project part, because earlier they were not able to emphasize more. So, and they wanted much more than they earlier were getting from the project.
So they will be sending the event proposal link every month, right?
Yeah,
Even after this term.
registration link you will get every term
Mhm.
from the respective team.
Okay, got it.
So 6 to 7 days before, I guess you receive the registration link for every stage. Any other
Okay. So
questions?
anything else, guys? Okay. So if there is no question, then it
I
sums
think
up
I
the
should
meet.
proceed.
Thank you for
Should I?
joining.
Yeah.
Thank you,
If there's
Mohit. Thank you,
something
so.
more, yeah,
Yeah, it
Thank
was
you for joining. It's
yeah, it's
Yeah,
great
if
to
you
so.
could
interact.
just show us a
This is
demo
the,
proposal or something. Like
yeah,
if you
yeah, I show you. I got
What are
some.
the 2 problems in this proposal?
So here she has mentioned 3 problems.
Okay.
A, B, C.
How? Okay, 3 problems. How to print? So first one is the inventory problem, something like this, right?
Yes, first is inventory, second is revenue maximization, and third is what are the seasonal effects on the sales.
Okay.
And yeah, remember the formatting. So for I think the headings are Times Roman 16, and the paragraph is 12, size 12, and then there is a spacing of 1.5 in between for every heading and text. There is a spacing of 1.5 in between, so do it as well, and it should be left right, both justified. Remember that.
Okay, and the first page should be this cover page, is it?
It's
Mentioning what is the
it's
title.
yeah, it's better to go like this
Okay.
because it looks good and presentable as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
in the
but
last there was something called reference. What do we have to put
It's
there?
optional.
Like what
It's
reference?
optional. It's not mandatory. If you so suppose if you mention any links, and so suppose you are using you suppose your business problem comes under a specific heading. Suppose economics, then if you refer to links of big organizations and use something in your business proposal, you can write that in reference.
Okay, so it's totally optional. It's not
Yeah,
compulsory to put references.
yeah. I haven't written the references.
Okay.
Anything else?
Can we end up the meet, guys? Anything else? Then you can ask, or we just going to end the meet. Okay.